Joining us now is Fox News contributor Tammy and president of the Independent Women's Voice.
That's correct. That's
Have I got the title right?
Yes, you do indeed.
Congratulations, young lady.
Thank you so much.
All right. Look, I think that if President Obama does this deal with Netflix and comes up with content that I think it will be very popular in the rest of the world, but not very popular here. What do you say?
I think people will try it out. And by the way, we think, obviously, that more information is better. I think it's a great idea that President Obama, former President Obama, reminds people of all of his failed ideas. But what this requires is for other people, and this is a nonpartisan issue, all Americans want to work, they want more money, they want better lives. They're finding out now what the difference is. But it's also then up to more information. When we say more information, it's about reminding people what the problems were in the last 8 years and why President Trump's policies are working. And Democrats are experiencing that now as well. They might not want to admit it, but really, we saw with Reagan in his second election, everybody across the board acknowledged that the conservative ideal was what improved their lives. So I think this is a great idea for Netflix and shareholders. It no doubt will do well overseas.
Yep.
Here in America, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be a gigantic hit. But again, for a subscription service, it's a different standard than what it is for a broadcast network relying on day-to-day ratings.
Lizzie, what was that one-liner that you came up with in the first hour of the show?
I might have been a little bit tough. Excuse me. I said the working title of it was The Tedious Orgy of Self-Righteousness.
The tedious
Not that
orgy.
you have an opinion.
Right, exactly right. I shouldn't have said that, maybe. I don't know.
Let me get back to this jobs report for a second. I think the Democrats have a real problem with the jobs report. 313,000 new jobs in 1 month. 61,000 construction jobs, well paid. 31,000 manufacturing jobs, very well paid. I think they've got a problem.
It's embarrassing because this just simply highlights what they weren't able to do. And it's soon enough to where all Americans remember what the differences were as opposed to several years going by. So it's embarrassing, and it really kind of highlights what their priority was, which was their own, let's say, agenda or their own narrative versus what's best for the American people.
Yeah, but now we have the special election, right? And Connor Lamb looks like an attractive Democrat. He's a Marine. The question was the Democrats were they going to do a 180, to Tammy's point, and with this special election coming up for that House seat in Pennsylvania? Were they going to do a 180 and say, yes, the tax cuts are working? Because he's saying, Connor Lamb, I don't like Nancy Pelosi's comments. But he's also saying tax cuts add to the deficit. So it looks like they haven't gotten that message yet, I guess, right? About how it works.
I think the jobs report is a huge problem.
All of these races are local, and the Democrats have figured out that local race. The Republicans need to get their act together there. So this is, again, from one race to the next about how they can relate to what's better for their communities.
And the Trump rally rolls on. We're up 176 on the Dow Industrials.